Hey everybody. Hey, this is Donna Meals and from Empowered Meals. That's who I am. That's what I do. And you're looking at the view from my son's balcony on Waikiki. And there's Diamond Head and there's a little sailboat action going on there earlier. Looks like he might have scooted away, but so here's Cole. To my
What's up?
And
This is
the crib. So we actually didn't even really start cooking until last night. We made some sushi, and we've been doing interior design and squaring the place away. But so anyway, I'm really stoked for him. And we're gonna go into the little alleyway kitchen here that he's got set up, and we started putting together some biscuits and gravy. And I wouldn't say that that's a really healthy thing, but hey, all right, so son, do you want to cut that onion? Do you remember how to do it? Hold on. Okay, so first we want to do a starburst.
Oh, yeah.
And so be careful, because I bought him that. I got him one of those global knives like I had. Okay, so he's going. Just be careful of your hand. Here, honey. Go like this. Hold like that.
Okay.
That way you want to go down. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, in the meantime, while he's got the onion going, I should have turned these on earlier. We've got some homemade, they're not homemade biscuits, but actually I got these at Whole Foods, and they're not on the list for many people, and especially me, but I'm my own cameraman here. I'm gonna throw those bad boys in this stunning 1970s Amana radar range. For those of you that are old school, you'll probably remember that. So I'm gonna turn on. We already kind of started cooking the sausage, and I wanted to show you guys because this is a really cool little tool. I got this at Pampered Chef, and it's really good for breaking up makes a little noise, but it's really good for breaking up the ground beef. Well, this is
sideways, right?
Yep, you got it that way, and then make sure you hold your hand so you don't cut your fingers. Hold your hand like that. This hand. He's got it, all right. So then, yeah, he did the starburst, and now he's just cutting through. That's a brand new knife, so it's super, super sharp. So anyway, I'm doing double recipe because I'm gonna make this for these guys so that they can put some in the freezer, because this stuff freezes up really well. Oops, looks like I've got this one thing on here, and doesn't need to be. There we go. It's on off. Okay. So, and I also have a little bit of some melted butter, and I use the that Mikios butter, and I have, this is, like I said, this is a bad recipe, but but everything in here you can substitute. And so usually I do 2 cups of heavy cream. But in this case, we could also use, this is a really good product, Milkademia. And I got this at Costco, and it's actually a really good milk replacement. I like it. Because a lot of the soy products and stuff, they don't taste that great. In the old days they had nothing but soy. But now they're doing oat milk and almond milk and all that, so pretty good. So this is just basically chicken sausage. I'm staying away from pork, and it was the 365 brand from Whole Foods, and I took a pause after I started getting all this stuff together. But and I have, like I said, I have the little melted butter, and what I'm gonna do is this is a good product, by the way, Panko. That's for a different recipe. But I have a little bit of my melted butter, and I'm gonna take, this is some Bob's Red Mill, really good company. They have really excellent products. And this is a gluten-free all-purpose baking flour. So normally, what I'm gonna do is this is gonna be my thickening agent. So, all right. And then I'm just gonna mix that flour in. The butter's melted. It's not, not super hot. You want to melt it and then take it off the. Oh, okay, cool. He's gonna get that. So you want to take it. Oh, that's Andre. We're filming, Andre. Okay. So then we've got what we're making here is a roux. Can you see that?
A roux?
Yeah. And normally you melt the butter and then you add in a little bit of flour until it starts getting a little thicker. See how? So that's a pretty good consistency.
Yeah.
Okay. I might put just a little bit more in. You know what? I'm not gonna, because I also have my my heavy cream going, and I'm gonna add in some.
That's a lot.
Well, it's cream cheese, and that's going to be a little bit of a thickening agent too. So it's going to melt, it's going to thicken up. That adds just a lot of really good flavor. So basically what we did was we took the sausage, and I'm going to add a little sage to it. It usually comes with sage, but I like that sage flavor in there. And I'm just going to take, my sage is my main seasoning, and my secondary seasoning is going to be parsley, because it's just always adds a little bit of flavor, and it adds color. It looks really good too. So I'm gonna save this for. I'm gonna just put the roux aside. I had a little bit of okay, I'm gonna take this off. And I was warming this up, and it's been going for about, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes. Just letting it thicken up a little bit, the heavy cream. Usually you boil it down a little bit, but not at the boiling point, just under, because it'll go everywhere. Yeah. So we've got our, like I said, I did 2 batches, because we're doing a double. So I've got this going on. Okay. And I'm actually going to add these onions in. You know what? I'm going to do those on the side. See, like I said about boiling over, you got to be really careful.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put this aside too, and get those onions going with a different here. And so,
onions.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab a little butter there, Andre.
Yep.
I mean, the way I'm doing this is a splurge. This is basically one of the requests from my son, because this is what I used to make all the time when he was a kid. So, and I use this Mikios butter. I think I've referred to it before, but just killer. It's really a good product. So, okay. So I'm gonna let these onions, I'm making a mess here. Now, I'm gonna add the roux. Into that. And then, at the end, it may be a little too thick. And then you just add a little more milk, or, it's always a little different. Things come out a little different every time.
Yeah.
Oh, so now I have this other product, and I think I've showed you guys before. You want to get out the veggie? Here, I'll grab it. Okay. I showed you this Better Than Bouillon product, and this one is the vegetable one. Whole Foods was out of the chicken one. I brought one on the plane, but I dropped it and broke it, like a big one from Costco, and just pissed me off, but what are you gonna do? So I found this product in Costco, and it's really, the ingredients were good. There's no MSG, and it's basically all natural, just from Chicken. And they have a product just like this in Trader Joe's. And I can't remember if I've checked out the, the ingredients on it. But
Yeah.
for us in a pinch, I'm going to put 2 of these in here. And all that really adds is, like I said, it adds more flavor. Oh yeah, this is getting pretty thick now. So I'm gonna add a little garlic in here. I have enough. Add some garlic into these onions. A little tiny bit here. Now, this is gonna be my stock flavoring because garlic and onions are pretty much always on the menu in most of my recipes. Okay, now see what I got going here? It's a little too thick.
So put some milk.
So I'm gonna thin it down. Okay, turn these off. So we're just waiting for these onions. And, sometimes I'll add those in, sometimes I won't. Depends on what I'm into. Sometimes I'll put a little, some mushrooms in here,
Yeah.
And, so these are getting a little translucent, if you can see. That means they're getting there, okay? So I'm going to add those in. All right. And then I'm going to add my... This is really thick. Actually, I'm going to try it. It's pretty good. I think I'm going to add a little more sage. And I'm going to add one more of these bad boys. I'm going to put some vegetable, add a little bit of vegetable stock in there. And this vegetable stock is made with organic onions, tomatoes. I think there's some garlic in there too, celery. Okay. It is really still thick. I may have added a little flour because I'm doing it on the fly, but a little more flour than I should have. So then I'm just going to add this in here. The biggest fry pan we got.
Yeah.
Plus, this is a double recipe too.
Yeah.
So I'm going to turn the volume down. And there you go. Biscuits and gravy.
It's a lot.
Yeah. Well, this is going to be good for probably, we'll put this in 4 different Ziploc bags. Well, after, we'll see what they eat. We'll see how much it takes for these 2 boys to eat, and then we'll take that much and divide it up for next time. We'll probably get a couple more meals out of this. So this is something that like I said, I put this in a Ziploc bag and it goes in the freezer, and then you can just pull it out and stick it in a bowl of warm water. Mm-hmm. And I lay things down flat when I put them in. I use these little quart freezer bags. You get the whole bag, a whole box of these with 4 boxes for like, I don't know, $10 in Costco. I use these because they're great, because you can store in them, you can defrost in them, and then you throw it away. You don't have dishes, so it's awesome. And when I put them in the freezer, I lay them flat, so it's a little thinner, and it's easier to defrost that way. It takes less time to defrost. So there we go. Aloha from Hawaii, and peace out, everybody.